had to explain to them because the look on their face when I said, "Hey guys, let me check my calendar," and they were like, "That's not what I meant. I meant it in the most humble way I can. I am had a class from 7 to 2:30. I'm here from until 5.
You can't please
I have to
everybody
go to work, and then I
either.
have some stuff to do after work. I still have some paperwork that I need to do after work. So I'll be up until probably 3 o'clock in the morning. And I technically didn't sleep until 1 o'clock this morning, and I was up at 5. I do that because sometimes I'm so tired that I will forget. So
Yeah.
I don't come off to sound
Right.
pompous or elitist. I really do need to check my calendar so that I'm not disrespectful and not attending or not
Correct.
acknowledging or
Right.
forgetting. And that's all it is. But we operate in a society, and I said this today, where we operate off emotions and we're
That's
easily
right.
offended.
That is
And
so right.
how could someone else wanting to
Check their calendar.
well, see,
Check yourself.
I gotta check my calendar. And
Yeah.
they're like, what?
No, I have to. If I need to check my calendar. So write it down, check something. Because people are busy. People are not out here becoming successful and making things happen for themselves by sitting around being lazy.
And what I
It's
will
just the
say
facts.
is it took a discipline for me to get to the point to even add the stuff to my calendar.
Now that's my thing.
It
That's what I
took
was
a
basically
discipline. So
saying.
what happens is I hold myself accountable now. If you're asking me something and it's on a schedule, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, give me a minute. Or if I sound a little distant, I'm putting it in my calendar.
Shar makes me smile at her all the time. This lady does. I promise you, she does. Because the way that her delivery, it just sounds so sweet. It really does,
And
Shar.
I've been really working on it because you guys know that I'm a direct something. And sometimes people are clenching their pearls for real. So I'm really working on
I
my
like a little
delivery.
bit of both, though. I think sometimes people need to clench their curls.
They
What
pearls.
pearls?
They do. I mean, but I'm working on my delivery. The older I get, the more balanced I become.
I'd be like, this lady gonna snap.
So normally I don't snap, but I say things that are extremely true, and it is what it is, and it's not what it's not, and I'm on to the next thing. But people are sitting there left looking at me crazy. So I'm trying to be different, but don't get it twisted.
Please don't get it twisted.
Yeah, because I'm working on hurting feelings and being direct and I'm more intentional. I'm more balanced. So I'm not just popping off.
I'm not never trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but at this point in my life, I don't have time to play with you.
And we live in such a sensitive,
Yeah, I'm
as
sensitive.
my late
I'm
bishop used to say, Bishop Brazier used to say, with your spaghetti back. What's with the spaghetti backs? Come on.
So spaghetti backs mean like we shrink like noodles.
No, you have no spine.
Right.
Spaghettis is like
Okay. Yeah, right, that's
yeah,
what I
they're like
meant.
noodles. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. So
I'm sensitive though. I am sensitive. I'm sensitive. When I tell people I'm sensitive, they be like, girl, please. But I am
do y'all see me twisting my lip?
I am sensitive. I promise you, I'm really, really
What I
sensitive.
can say is not everyone offends me. I'm not easily offended because generally I'm looking at where the message came from.
Right.
And also, most things go over my head because they're not intended to
Me
for me
too.
now.
Not
If you
anymore
have an
though.
issue today, that's your issue
That's
today.
true.
I'm not owning it. I didn't do anything to you.
That's
And
true.
if you feel like I did, you have a responsibility to tell me.
I'm pretty much that's where I'm at too, and that helps. That has helped my sensitivity calm down some because I'm going to be crystal and I'm going to be nice because that's what I am. And I might accidentally hurt your feelings or whatever. But like you said, if you don't let me know what's going on with you, then that's with you over there. That's what I always say. And then I'm just moving on with my little life. And most things do go over my head. So now that I've developed the sense of understanding that that's what that person over there, I that desensitized me to being so sensitive because I'm only going to ask you once or twice. Are you cool? Are you okay?
I may not even ask you because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I've noticed something. Oh, I took notes. Something's off with her today. But that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. And that's
Unless they
kind of,
let you know.
unless they let me know. I don't internalize it. I'm not taking it personal unless you let me know.
Right, Bowlegs called them cowards.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that unless we have a conversation. And if you know me, I'm like my mother's sister. She always says that I should, my Aunt Betty, she always says that I should have been her daughter. I shoot straight from the hip. I don't mean any harm. So if you know my heart and you hear me talking, you know it's not coming from a bad place.
And it is, and that for me, I am is okay. So people who shoot like right now, you're on this thing where you're being, connected to how you may be affecting people.
I'm more intentional.
Right, more intentional, right?
Right.
So a lot for me though, I feel like being direct is it. I definitely don't think that you have to be direct and be rude.
So I think that
And a lot
that's
of
where it
people
was
can
coming
be.
off.
Right.
So that's the difference. I think that's where it was coming off. And people who don't know me
Correct. Take it the wrong
take
way.
it as me
Exactly.
being rude
Right.
or that part.
Correct.
People that don't know me always think that I am this, you know, person who's full of herself. And I'm really not.
And it's okay to be a little full of yourself. Because I'm in love with myself.
Oh, you could be in love with
Sorry.
yourself, but you know, the rude, pompous.
But that is the problem.
That's
That's
a
what
them
people,
problem.
right? That's a them problem.
Right.
Because you have to be in love with yourself.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
wish I was in love with myself many, many years ago.
Absolutely.
'Cause
Me
I
and her, I
wasn't.
do a lot of things for her. My sister always says, one thing you're going to do is take care of you.
But I do think that being direct takes courage if you're being conscious of it.
So being direct is just who I am.
Well, for me, I'm more of a trying to put some sugar on top
It
of
takes
it.
an effort from
Not
me.
anymore.
It takes an effort naturally.
Mhm.
It's an effort
For you to-
naturally for me to acknowledge it or clean it up. Normally, I'm a shoot, as my son say, I'm a fire an AK with words and keep it moving. And it's
so
no
that
big deal.
balance is what
I'm
everybody
trying
needs.
to
Yeah.
do the balance because for me, I've said what I said, and everybody's, so I'm
And a super
doing better.
sweet people like myself. I'm really, really sweet. I have to learn to
be more assertive.
be more assertive in my conversations, and I've developed doing that, and that is it. First of all, it works a lot better. I should have been more assertive in that real estate deal with that doggone fool instead of but no, seriously, because as soon as you see that red flag, you supposed to step away. And the first red flag
That's the one I told you about that I thought something was wrong when you told me what he wanted outside the extra.
Right, but that's what everyone thought was wrong, But me, when you want something to happen, you end up seeing something different. Like, okay, well, they was just shooting.
Well, one of the reasons why I did not go ham on it, I told you what I thought and left it alone because we have to also remember, I didn't know what your instructions were from God. So just because he gave it to you doesn't mean he gave it to me. What it looks
That's
like to
very
me
true.
could be something totally different than his internal instructions to you. Your journey is a little different than mine. So I said it, but I said in my mind, well, I don't know what he's
That's not
instructions he has.
professional. It's not business. You don't ask people for money to cut a deal. That's bribery.
Oh, it's criminal.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I should have seen a little bit better through that vision. But when you want something to happen, you give people passes,
Grace.
and especially right, you give them graces. Well, that's the pass for me because you are as an entrepreneur. A lot of times people are going to shoot what they can because being an entrepreneur is not an easy job.
Oh no, it's not. It's not for the faint. And everybody thinks it's easy. Listen, there's been times I've been doing this since the 90s, the late 90s. There's been times where I've had to work to keep on being an entrepreneur. Yeah, there's been a time I had to keep on being an entrepreneur. I had to work to keep being an entrepreneur. There's a time where it's effortless. It seems like it's effortless. There's a time where you're not making the money you think you should. You're not getting what you're worth. You have to keep going. You have to be like David and encourage yourself. There's times where sales are low or things are slow. You still have to keep it going. It's a certain spirit that it takes to be an entrepreneur. You have to be self-motivated. And when I say self-motivated, you have to literally be self-motivated. You have to have an unshakable faith, almost like a delusional faith.
That's true. You do have to be delusional.
You have to be delusional because you believe in something that you don't see and that's not yielding you the results right now that you need, but you still have to believe it's there. So it's a delusional
That's the
faith.
truth,
It's an
Shar.
unshakable faith. You have to believe in it so hard that you're willing to go work for it to fund it, which means that you're burning the candle on both ends.
And guess what? I'm always burning the candle on both ends. So, but yeah, but that was greed, That was greed, So, yeah, but anywho, yeah, off of that. I could but
Yeah.
I'm learning to what I'm learning also to do is when I see the BS, I'm just gonna leave it on because guess what? I'm wasting my time and you're wasting your own time and mine. Like what
You're
the heck?
wasting my time, and
Yeah,
time, right? Time is currency. That's
it
something that
is.
time is more than currency because you cannot get it back.
And then you end up wanting to slap somebody.
Yeah, that's true. But he should be reported, literally, because he's going to get someone that's going to go along with it. He's going to get a victim.
Who should I report him to?
We'll talk afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, because
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do anything to
no,
him.
you could save another victim. What if the victim is a senior citizen who, see, when we hold people accountable, we don't want to hold anyone accountable. When we hold them accountable, we may be saving someone else. That's almost like the carjackers or the robbers. When we hold them accountable, they are not out to reoffend. They're not out to hurt someone. All of the high profile cases, if you look back in their background, they weren't held accountable. And when I mean that, they may have had 20 arrests and they're still walking the street with the same type of history.
Can we hold them accountable by like getting them and duct taping them and tying them up and
Well, no,
throwing them
then
in the
you'll be in
trunk?
jail. You don't want to go to jail. And listen,
Jail is not the place
and
for me.
listen, you're too pretty and too dainty to be doing all that stuff.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
what
I'm
you
just
need to
cracking a
do,
joke.
right, is report his behind, because it's going to be some elderly lady that, or some, you know, not so savvy investor that gets taken.
Hey, Mika. Yeah, well, thank you. That's why I love my friends to put me in my place now. I like it. I
Yeah.
do. No, and when I say I like it, I mean because I like the fact when my friends tell me something, I listen if it makes sense. If it
Yeah.
makes sense
Me
to me,
too.
right? And when I don't listen or don't pay attention, it might come back and bite me a little bit because I might in that moment have myself caught up into my way or just, whatever. But I appreciate that.
Yeah. His behind just that there. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody needs to maybe duct tape him. Just you don't do it.
Right. See what I'm saying?
Report him too.
I'm reporting to them people too.
Yeah.
Some other people.
Yeah, you're out here doing fraudulent deals.
That's true. You're right. Dog.
Lexi, come get your co-host. She had to think of that word. You were like, that's the best you had.
That's the best I could say online. I don't want to curse.
Yeah, cursing is
I
bad.
don't want these people to hear me curse. And we definitely cannot curse it.
Intellectual radio.
We get in trouble.
Yeah, we will.
Hello.
No one's calling you a dog, Chris.
Never, Chris.
No, we wouldn't call you a dog.
All Char's friends are sweet and lovable.
They are. Indeed, they are. I'm really blessed to have the circle that I have. I really am.
Me too.
Yeah.
I am. I love all my people. I really, really do.
I do. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that he's enlarging my territory and that I am going to have even more of a circle of people who are beautiful, both inside and out. They're going to be rich in finances, rich in love, rich in personality. I am grateful that he's enlarging my circle as we speak. It's manifesting as we speak.
And I appreciate you, Char, for, just telling me to calm down. Seriously, because I can get pumped up. Don't nobody got to put a cape on me. I could put a cape on myself.
You said you're going to put the cables on yourself.
No, don't nobody but put a cable on me. I can put a cable on myself. I can pump myself straight up to jump off the window.
Well, that works in both ways, both good and bad. Good ways is that's what you need for an entrepreneur. You need to be able to put the cables on yourself and believe in yourself. So that goes good. So don't don't let it go.
That's true.
Yeah,
But
just
I do appreciate that because when I was driving, I said, you know, I appreciate her for, telling me just to just stand down and just be smooth and be cool and just, let's just do what we do.
yeah, that's what we got to do. And guess what? The energy of it all, the God of it all, it works its way out. It works out to be the way it's supposed to be. It's always His divine will, with divinely balanced, and things work out the way they're supposed to.
I'm going to say a little secret to everyone. This is to all my friends that I love and care about. And I do really care a lot about you, Shy. I
I
really do
love you
love you.
too.
So, and every one of my friends, I see some of my mother in them. And that's why
Amazing.
that is why I love them and like them, because a lot of them,
Amazing.
share, and it could be because they're so kind spirited towards me. It could be, it's just something about each and every one of my friends, my childhood friends. They knew my mom,
Okay.
but my friends that I met after my mom passed, there are things about all of them that I see in my
I
mom,
love that.
or that I see in them that reminds me of
See,
my mom.
yeah. And your mom, I believe, is never left. She's there. She's an
Shoot,
ancestor that's guiding, and there she's there in the spirit.
she
I wish
showed
that they
up.
never have to leave us in a physical, but
I agree.
yeah,
I agree, because I'm like, for the 44 years that she was here, she really impacted my life, which was very short period of time. And she shows up all the time. Because yesterday, girl, I was at the grocery store and I was trying to pay for those groceries, and that thing said no. My card said and I'm inside of Trader Joe's. I love Trader
I love
Joe's.
Trader
So I'm
Joe's
in
too.
there throwing all these things in the cart. I'm like, I'm throwing everything in there, like beets, all types of stuff. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I'm throwing all this stuff in here. And normally I'll check my,
Beets are good for blood pressure too.
that's probably why I threw them in there. I'm throwing, I mean, because
Beet
Trader Joe's,
juice.
they have like,
I love Trader
I love
Joe's.
Trader Joe's. I was walking through there like, dee, dee,
If
dee,
I
dee.
had it my way, I would do shopping at Mariano's, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and for just quick things, Jules.
I would do that too, but normally I get stuck at one store.
Spend too much money. That's me.
Yeah, so I was in the store. As I said, nope. So I promise you, I said, wow. I said, I can't believe this is happening to me right now. And then I'm in Hyde Park with all these,
Yeah.
with all the bougie people. They standing there looking at me like, you one of them people that got their cart pulled to the side.
So what you do is, did he manifest it? Because that happened
Yes.
to a lady, but I was in a hurry. I did it out of just hurried up. She had like $219 worth of stuff, and she was just like, "Oh, put this back, put this back." I said, After I was there like 6 minutes, and I'm like, "Do this lady know I got to get back to work?"
Right.
I said, "Just put everything she got on my tab, move to the side, bag it up, and just I'll take it."
Now, in all honesty, I
Mhm,
wouldn't have mind
mhm.
if something like that happened, right? But I could see them people's faces like, when this lady, come on
That's
now.
kinda how I was, and then I had to get back, and I'm like, "I got 13 minutes to get back to work, and this lady is taking up 6 of them. Okay, put her stuff on my tab."
Right. So I moved out the way. I was like, "Can you suspend it?" And they were like, "Yeah." They probably like, "Yeah, here she go with the can you suspend this stuff? You ain't gonna buy these groceries." So I'm standing
Don't
there.
you love when you come back after? Yeah.
Right. But they were nice. They were sweet. They were
Mhm.
like, oh no, it happens. Are you sure? So,
Because sometimes the bank will do that to me and send me a text, so I'm just kinda waiting for the text to come.
well,
So
it wasn't the bank,
oh.
but I'm like, the Trumps am I getting sifted through right now? Did I get hit by Trump? What's going on? So I
Everything, all roads lead back to Donald Trump.
right. And then the person who was helping me, she looked like she was Hispanic. So I said it while I was like, did I get hit by Trump? Like, what's going on?
And
So
she's like, "Trump, did anybody say Trump?"
I swear before God, I'm standing there. My stepfather calls me. I love my stepdaddy. I think I told you how much I love
Mhm.
my stepdaddy. I love my stepdaddy. So my phone rings. I'm like, it's when he called. That's like that's a money call.
Right.
So I see the phone. I said, "Oh, Bobby Sale." I said, "Hello." And he was like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Nothing much." He's like, "You out in the streets?" I'm looking at the phone like, "Well, what do you mean am I out in the
Wait,
streets?"
are you being followed like Will was on IG? I mean, what was it? Snapchat.
So he said, "You out in the streets?" I say, yes, I'm at this daggum grocery store. My car declined." He said, "Just get everything." I'm not gonna imitate him. He's like,
Uh,
"Just get everything that you got." He was like, "And come by and pick it up from me." So I was like, "Thank you." So point being that those things happen and show up in my life like that all the time.
mhm.
And the Lord knows, and my mother knew how she left me out here in this world
Well,
blind.
she didn't mean to.
No, she didn't
If
mean to.
love could have kept her here, I believe she would have.
Oh, no question. But my mother had me spoiled out of my mind, So that's leaving the person kind of out here
Well, my
like,
mom did too. But the thing that she did give me, she gave me everything I want. I told you I had diamonds and furs and Lexuses and all that other stuff in high school. She did spoil me, but the discipline that came along because when she spoke, the world shook in my life. I came home from school and I wanted a brand new car. She's like, "You're not getting a brand new car. You don't have anything, no bricks to put it under." And I was like, to put under it. And I was like, or over it. And I was like,
get what she's saying.
yeah,
I think I know what she's saying.
yeah. So everybody's like, "You letting your mama tell you what to do?"
Are you serious?
Girl, yeah. So, and I was thinking to myself, nah, she can't tell me what to do. But I was like, yeah, she gonna tell me what to do.
Right. If my mother was alive, my mother was
They
the type of
didn't.
mother
They
like,
didn't tell me like in front of her. True story. I had got smart on the phone with my mom one day, and it was just one of those days where I got slick at the mouth. I'm a grown woman with a husband and children. I got
oh,
an
you was
assistant.
grown.
Yeah, assistant in my office. I got a whole job where they allow me to do certain things. I got a state and federal license for it. I got slick at the mouth, and then my assistant called me and said, "Your mother's out there." And I saw my mother had called me back a couple times. So I was like, "I'm safe at work. I'm not thinking about her." She was like, "Well, she's out there
Oh, you
knocking."
said I'm safe at work?
I was thinking, "I'm safe at work."
Oh, from your mother?
My mother.
Wow.
So she's out there knocking on the window, and my assistant called me and was like, "Yeah, hey, your mom's out there knocking on the window." I said, "Girl, let her in because she will bust out that window."
Ooh.
Oh, she played no games with us. So
Oh,
I
my
said, "You
mother
better."
was soft.
Yeah, I said, "Oh, you better let her in because if you don't, she may bust out that window." So she opened the door and let her in to let her see that I wasn't there. Yeah, she was coming to get me. So yeah, I knew I
Yep.
was safe at work.
Oh yeah. See, my mom, she was like, my mother was just, I
Mm-mm.
can't even describe. That's why I am really super duper sweet.
I am nice. My mother went to bat and will give me
Believe that.
anything I want, but she played no games with me. That's the difference.
Yeah, my mother played with
She
me too
played
much.
no games. When she spoke, I remember one time I was in college and she was like, "Oh, you're not having any children. You're not grown enough to take care of yourself." And I was like, "Oh, she was like, "No, you're late." I was like, "No, I'm not." She was actually wrong, but she scared me into producing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my mom was so my relationship with my mom is I knew that my mother did a lot for me. So I knew if I did anything bad or disrespectful, I was gonna get cut off. So and I do think if because she died when I think I was like 20 or 21, it was so devastating to me. Don't even honestly remember how old I was. My brother could tell me. But she did so much for me that I gotta get my focus patched. I lost my train of thought.
That you were spoiled.
That's true too. But
She was, and I give.
oh, I'm sorry,
Mm.
Sha. If she was alive though, I don't know how my rearing would have been. She may have started putting a little bit more of an iron fist on me with things to get me to understand, like, listen,
I remember my
this
mother
ain't
was
how
telling
life
me,
really
"You
works.
can't be with her." She was cutting me off with friendship. She was like, Absolutely not. That's going nowhere. She's this, she's that."
No, she right.
She really saved me. And I
Right.
remember one time I was dating a guy and she told me he's going to have about 10 kids by about 5, 6 different women. If that is not that man's fate today.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, "Oh, that's over with." And she told him, "Stay away from her. It's over with." And he was like, "Oh, she likes me." She said, "Baby, she
About you?
likes," yeah. She told him, baby, she likes money more. She bought me a fur coat and I
I
gave
know
him
that's
up.
right.
So it
Money,
was,
money, 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 money.
yeah, she bought me another fur coat. She was like, you want a fur coat? You have to leave him alone. I was like, oh
Now
my
that's
gosh,
how my mother
by
was
all
too.
means.
Right. Yeah. That's how my mother was too. That's why I said I knew that she would cut things off.
Yeah.
And it would probably be the same way, because I know my mother would have said, listen, if you don't go to college, or if you don't figure out what you're doing to put some money in your, because by the time she passed away, honestly, my mother, well, I don't care, whatever.
Mhm.
Talking too much, but I'm not. My mother was like sick of me.
Yeah. I
She
mean, at that age, that's what, come
that's
on,
true.
you raising kids that age. Come on, what do? We get sick of them at that age because
Hey, Bobby.
it's like a push and pull. So what happens
Yeah,
is,
my kids know I'm sick of
so
them,
right.
and
So
so
what
do we.
happens is as they get older, they get a tad bit more freedom.
Mhm.
They're able to make decisions and liberties, take liberties on their own. It becomes a little more difficult to manage them because they have freedom and liberties.
Correct.
So you are like sick of them because you're watching them almost go to the edge of the cliff
Yep,
and you're pulling them back.
I
And
agree.
so that's what it is. And that's why I tell people that have younger children, enjoy them because the older they get,
You ain't
the more
lying.
difficult parenting becomes
That's
because
true.
they're able to make their own decisions, but not see the end, not look at the end of the road that they're going down.
And the genes are so strong, because my little grandson M3, I be wanting to just take his little butt and just throw
He is
him.
Sagittarius. Let me tell you.
Okay, what is it? Because he drives me nuts,
So what
like
you're
his
gonna have to
dad.
do is you're gonna have to love him. My mother loved me. I knew without a doubt that my mother loved me and would do anything. She would walk on fire for me. But I
Mhm.
also knew that she snatched my larynx out and take my head off my shoulders.
Jesus
Oh, I
Christ.
knew that without a shadow of a doubt. But because I was that kind of kid, I wasn't bad. I didn't do bad things. But because I was so strong in who I was, she didn't break my will, but she let me know that you're not going to break mine either.
When is your birthday?
The 10th of December.
Okay, my sister is a Sagittarius, and her birthday is November 31st or 30th.
Their November Sagittarius are normally more gentler than we are.
You took the thought out of my head, and because her
My sister cousin, the cousin I was raised in the house with, her birthday is November 24th. And she's a Sagittarius. She has all of the attributes, but she's more softer. So she reminds me more of my mother, and I remind my mother more of her
okay,
mother. They're sisters. But my Aunt Betty plays no games. It's shoot straight
that's a
from the
20
hip.
something. I mean, that's a third. That's a 10. That's a December.
So
Oh, so M3 is a
he's a
December.
December baby. You got to tame that one
That little
because
baby.
yeah. So what you have to do is you have to love him hard, but
I
it takes
can't help it.
discipline to make him better. It took discipline to make me better. I remember like certain things my mother told me when I was a kid. I was little. She told me I only know two kinds of Sagittarius, the haves and the have-nots. She told me that as a little kid.
The have and the have
The haves
nots.
and the have-nots. She says either they're this way on the spectrum or this way on the
Mhm.
spectrum. So she instilled the work ethic in me. She
Mhm.
played no games. Summertime, she
Aw.
was like, what are you gonna do? I had 2 jobs, summer jobs. I'm like 14, 13. I got 2 jobs, full-time jobs. So I kept my money, but she did not play with me. So the things that she instilled, here we are.
Yeah, I didn't have a job until I was like 20 before till I was like 20, which I would recommend a person having a job at a younger age. Like everything I see, my mother was the best thing since sliced bread, because for 44 years of her being on this earth, I think she did a
Mhm.
great job. But as me being a parent now and a grandparent, I see my errors. And I do think that you should train your children to be much more independent as they grow through life. My son Ramon, though, my youngest son, he's all about his bread and taking care of his business. And he wants to hold on to it, but you got to give some of it up
My mother
to your
told
mama.
me with my children, the secret to rearing is to make them strong enough and independent, better than you are, to be able to live without you.
I wear a lot of lipstick.
So to be able to live, to be able to survive and live without you. So I'm
Right.
raising them
You're
to be
right.
able to live
You're
without
right.
me. By the time I was probably 32, I had all my social security credits. I had 40 credit hours. That's crazy, right?
42, you had all your what credits?
32. By 32, I had all of my social security credits.
Social
So
Security.
you get 40
Look,
credits. You get 40
look, I don't
credits.
know.
So in order to receive any Social Security benefits, because the police department doesn't pay, or any public servant, CPS, they didn't pay into the Social Security.
Okay.
So anybody who worked as a public servant because of Dan Roskantowski did not pay in a Social Security. So when you became of age and you need Medicare, like insurance, or you wanted Social Security,
Okay.
you could not get it because you need 40 credit hours in order to get it.
So, uh, can you retire?
You can retire. Social Security has nothing hopefully you can't live off Social Security alone, but Social Security has nothing to do with your retirement.
I'm just gonna be quiet. We could have a private education something after this. They'd be like, that lady don't know what.
Well, thank you for joining us this week on the Super Business Women Show. I am Sharon Locke, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle. I have a class coming up September the 6th, JBL Training Academy, Conceal and Carry class, 844-426-6232. We're going to send love to Lexi. I hope she's enjoying. She's getting her kids ready to go back to school. That's what it is.
Yep.
And you can go over to Couture Management or find her under Alexis Arce under all social media platforms. And we have Crystal.
Thanks for tuning in today, guys. I will see you guys next week. If you are interested in learning how to become the bank in real estate, you can contact me at info at powercircleinvestments with an s.com, or you can call me at 312-877-6687. And also, guys, I now have the super patch for you guys. This is the new wave of feeling good. It's all natural. It has no chemicals, no nothing in it. And as we know, our trusted, truthful, and integral Shar is going to let us know about the freedom patch for the pain next Saturday. She's going to tell us what she thinks about it. So I'm super excited about that. If you're interested in the super patch, you can also call me at 312-877-6687. Have a great weekend and a
Be
great week.
safe, guys. And we'll see you next Saturday in the Air and Water Show.
Peace and blessings. Bye.